Lemma, Starseed Astrologer and Spiritual Messenger from SacredSoulEmpowerment.com, here to do your monthly angel card reading for September 2016. So for this monthly reading, I'm going to be using the Syrian Starseed Tarot, which is by Patricia Corey and Alyssa Bartha. And your special message card, depending on your stone of choice, is going to come from the Angel Tarot deck by Doreen Virtue. So before we get started into the energies of September, I'm going to show you what your stones of choice are. So your first stone of choice is going to be this wonderful, huge, clear quartz crystal point. And I don't know if you can see this very well, but this crystal point here actually has a face on it right here. It's like a very wide open face that to me reminds me of being able to go within the crystal and scry into the crystal to look for answers, or to have reflected back to us answers that we're seeking. Your second stone of choice is going to be this smoky quartz sphere. And smoky quartz is a grounding stone, but also high vibrational as well, because it is a type of quartz. But it's going to help to bring in that sense of grounding, as opposed to that clear quartz crystal, which is going to be more crown chakra and higher vibrational. This is more root chakra and helping to kind of pull things down into form or manifestation. It's also good for protection. And then your last stone of choice is going to be this calcite pyramid, and this is golden calcite. And the golden calcite obviously is going to reflect the solar plexus chakra energy, the color of the solar plexus chakra, which is your center of personal power. It's where we have confidence, it's where we have courage, it's where we have the will to make something happen or to take action on something. And just the fact that this is a pyramid too, it actually helps to bring that universal energy down through the point and disperse it in all directions equally, again into this sense of groundedness. This has a little bit of an orange tint to it too, so let's bring in the sacral chakra, which is our center of creativity as well. So again, your stones of choice are the clear quartz crystal point, the smoky quartz sphere, and then lastly the pyramid, the golden calcite pyramid. All right, so let's talk a little bit about the energies of September, and I want to start by looking at the numerology vibration. So first of all, just to recap, 2016 is a 9 universal year. That means we're in the energy of a 9 vibration for all of the planet. And that 9 vibration is now repeated in this month of September, because if we take that 9 universal year and add it to the month of September, which is the 9th month, we actually get 18. And then, of course, in numerology, we like to reduce things down to a single digit, so the 1 plus the 8 is the 9. So looking at that lower vibration of the 9 for a moment, the 9 universal month and a 9 universal year, this is the epitome of releasing and letting go. This energy of the 9, okay? It's all about purging. It's about the end of a cycle. It's time for some circumstances and situations to fall away in our life. It's time for belief systems that we've held that are no longer viable for us. It's time for those to fall away. It is time for us to get ready for some new beginning energies, and I know a lot of you are ready for new beginning energies, because this whole year has been a little bit one of confusion and maybe some chaos and some of the unknown, and that again is the energy of the 9. It's all about the unknown. It's about the intangible, you know, it's about the spiritual energy, which the positive of the spiritual energy, the positive of the number 9, it's all about compassion and unconditional love and trust and faith and things going on behind the scenes on a universal level. So again, with September being a 9-month and a 9-year, it's going to really be a go with the flow kind of energy. This is really where we're going to have trust and faith that the next step will be shown to us in divine timing, in due time. as it is, it's really going to be one month where, again, we're clearing a lot of things. We're purging a lot of things. A lot of energies are on the way out as we're gearing up and readying ourselves for this sense of a new birth and a new direction and a new beginning, which we'll have a little peek of in October, but even more so as we move into 2017, because then we'll be in a 1 universal year for that year. So let's talk about the number 18 for a minute, because again, the 9 universal year added to September, which is a 9-month, actually equaled the 18. And just from the perspective of the tarot deck, what is the 18th major arcana? It's the Moon card. And what is the Moon card all about? It's about the subconscious. So here we are again, dealing with things on a subconscious level. We're dealing with, again, old mindsets, old belief systems, old thoughts, old fears and anxieties that are within us, not just from this life and this life experiences that we've had, but also from previous lifetimes and previous incarnations, okay? So again, we're going to be dealing a lot with some of those subconscious energies in the month of September, and also getting ready to, again, do a healing on some of those subconscious energies that need to be cleared and resolved. Okay, this is about resolution. We're going to be in this month of September to resolve some old energies. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the astrology for the month of September. Now, this is just going to be the highlights, and believe me, there's a lot of highlights for September. We're in eclipse season, okay, and if you watch my weekly videos, you know that we had a full moon lunar eclipse on August, I believe it was 18th, and now we're going to follow that with a new moon solar eclipse and then another full moon lunar eclipse, both in the month of September. So again, this is making this month of September really highlighted as far as some intense energies and some fast-moving energies in a way. When we have eclipses, it's almost like the events in our lives start to unfold rather quickly, and this is going to be an unfolding of events that helps to clear a lot of things out. So starting on September 1st, the very first day of September, is when we have that new moon solar eclipse. It's at 9 degrees of Virgo. So any of you Virgos out there that maybe have birthdays around early September, probably, yeah, around the end of August into about the 3rd of September, you're going to be especially hit with this energy of this new moon solar eclipse. And this is a really powerful one. New moons are about new beginnings and new birth, but this particular new moon is actually in a challenging aspect to Saturn, and Saturn is the great teacher, and he's here to teach us things. We can call it allowing us to teach the karmic lessons that we need to learn. And this new moon is also opposing Neptune, because this whole month of September we have Saturn squaring Neptune, which I did a soul reflections video about. So if you want to know a little bit more about that, go back onto my YouTube channel under Colleen Lemma and find the latest soul reflection videos that I've done. But this new moon solar eclipse will be setting off that Saturn-Neptune square. And Saturn is about reality in the 3rd dimension, and Neptune is about illusion and the higher dimensions. And so we have this kind of conflict going on of what's real and what's imaginary, or what's fantasy and what's truth. And I feel like, again, as Saturn and Neptune start to pull apart in the second half of October, things are going to become a lot more clear to us, which makes a lot of sense, because October will be a 1 universal month, which again will signify like a new beginning, a new direction. So very intense new moon solar eclipse on the 1st. And then on September 9th, Jupiter, which has been in Virgo for the last year, and it's been a tough placement because Jupiter wants to expand energies, and Virgo likes to look at the small focused details of things. And so Jupiter wasn't really comfortable in Virgo. I feel like a lot of us felt a lot of anxiety energies with Jupiter and Virgo. There was a lot of frustration energies with Jupiter and Virgo, and again, Jupiter makes things bigger, so it really expanded these anxieties or expanded these frustrations in a lot of us. Now Jupiter on the 9th of September is going into Libra, and it's going to be a lot better in Libra. It's going to feel a lot more balanced because Libra is the sign of balance. And because Jupiter expands, hopefully it'll expand that sense of balance. And it's also about equality. You know, Libra is about partnerships, relationships, compromise, diplomacy, equality, justice. So all of these things, Jupiter is going to expand that energy now for the next year. Then on the 10th of September is when Saturn and Neptune come to a head, okay? This is when it exactly squares one another. And again, between, you know, the 1st of September till the 10th, and even thereafter for a little while, we're going to be sensing these intense energies of, again, reality versus illusion, to put it in a nutshell, to be really clear and simple about it. Now, again, it'll start to dissipate after the 10th, it'll start to pull away, but it really doesn't come out of what we call out of orb until the second half of October, to where Saturn will then move far enough forward into the sign of Sagittarius to not have that confusing, frustrating effect on us anymore. So we still are going to feel it for the rest of September. And then the next thing that comes up is a full moon lunar eclipse on the 16th. So you can see there's a lot happening here in this first month already of September. Now this full moon lunar eclipse is at 24 degrees Pisces, meaning that the sun is going to be at 24 degrees Virgo, the moon is at 24 degrees Pisces. And by the way, if you want to know a little bit more about the eclipses specifically, the 3 eclipses that we've experienced from August through the end of September, you'll go back and look at that Soul Reflections video I did on my YouTube channel about that. But this full moon lunar eclipse is conjuncting Chiron, because Chiron at this time will be around 22 degrees of Pisces. And this full moon lunar eclipse happens at 24 degrees Pisces, so it's very, very close. And what is Chiron about? Chiron is about the wound. You know, it's where we carry our greatest wound. It might be about our sense of self-worth. It might be about relationships. It might be about finances. We all have a specific Chiron wound in our astrological birth charts. And Chiron, though, is also about healing, okay? So although this full moon lunar eclipse is going to do a huge clearing and cleansing, it's going to intensify the energy of the wound so that it can be cleared out and released and then healed. That's the true, you know, essence of Chiron, and is let's heal this. Let's heal this wound. Let's clear out this old past life karmic energy patterns, circumstances, traumas, whatever it is, so that it can be healed. So there's an opportunity here, okay, for that to occur in the days that follow as we're releasing and letting go. Now there's a few other little things happening here in the second half of September, but I'm going to jump ahead to the 22nd because that's when Mercury goes back to direct motion. Okay, Mercury went retrograde at the very last degree of Virgo, the 29th degree of Virgo on August 30th. And it was retrograde for the first 3 weeks here of September. So we were going through reorganization and reanalyzing and redoing things and reviewing things. So now it's turning back to direct motion at 14 to 15 degrees of Virgo, and it's going to take a little while for it to pick up speed and before it will move into the next sign of Libra. So we'll still have the rest of September again to kind of get our bearings and again look at those next small steps that we need to take on our path. Venus goes into Scorpio on the 23rd of September, so that's going to shift the energy in the realm of relationships and finances to something that's definitely more deep and meaningful in some way, or more focused and intense in some way. And then we have Pluto actually going to direct motion as well on the 26th. Now Pluto is a very slow-moving planet, so when it's retrograde for a really long time, and we don't really sense too much about it except for right around the time that it turns to retrograde and then right around the time that it turns direct. So because on the 26th of September, Pluto is turning direct, a couple of days before and maybe a day or two after that date, we're going to feel this intensity of Pluto. And what is Pluto all about? It's about power and control. It's about transformation, regeneration. And this fits in quite well with the fact that we have these eclipses this month, and there's a lot of intense energies about purging and releasing going on. So definitely a lot here to consider. Now, interestingly enough, we have another new moon. It's not an eclipse, but we have another new moon right on the 30th of September, right at the end of the month. So actually we have two new moons this month, one on the 1st, which is a solar eclipse, and then one on the 30th. But that's not a solar eclipse. But it still signifies, again, this energy of new beginnings as we get ready to move into October. Okay, so that's a little bit about the universal and astrological energies. Now let's go ahead, and I already meditated and I called in the angels and guides, and why don't you take a moment and do that as well for yourself so that you can receive these messages that I've already pulled from the Syrian Starseed Tarot for the month. So I'm going to turn over the first card here and we'll see what it is. Okay, interesting. We have the Ace of Crystals, okay? And remember again, the aces are about new beginnings, and the crystals is like earth or like pentacles. So in the traditional tarot, this is the Ace of Pentacles or the Ace of Earth. And this is about a tangible new beginning. Now I find it interesting that this is the first card that I've turned over, and on the 1st of September we have that new moon solar eclipse, which again signifies new energies in a new direction. So this is really confirmation that there are some tangible new energies coming. And isn't it interesting that there's a big quartz crystal here in the background of this card? If you can see that, it kind of looks like one of the stones of choice, doesn't it? The first stone of choice that I showed you, it seems to be signified in this Ace of Crystals card. But this is definitely showing us, again, there's grounded energy, there's focused energy, there's third dimensional energy, that of a new beginning that's coming in. And the fact that there's a crystal here in the background really shows us that this is a positive new beginning, because crystals are beautiful, right? And they're of the earth. And this is very, very clear. You can see right through that crystal. So this is showing high vibrational energies that are streaming forth onto the planet with this new moon solar eclipse. That's going to really help us in taking that first step forward into a new beginning energy. Let's take a look at the second card to get more information. Okay, we have a Major Arcana. This is Major Arcana number 20. And the word at the bottom of this card says karma, okay? Now, in the traditional tarot, Major Arcana 20 is the Judgment card, and it's the second to the last Major Arcana card, meaning that we're getting close to the end of a cycle of something, okay? If we were at the 21st Major Arcana, we would be at the end of a cycle, but this is the second to the last card, and so we're getting close to the end of something that's very karmic, a karmic cycle of energy that we're going through. And again, as I spoke earlier, we're clearing out a lot, we're purging a lot, and this is kind of an indication that we're purging out and clearing out a lot of karma in our lives. Some past life circumstances and situations and belief systems, and again, old traumas and patterns that we no longer need. So this is a very good thing. Let me take a look at the imagery and see what else I can see here. You know, what draws my attention, if you look at the bottom of this card, there's water down here, first of all, which to me, again, indicates the subconscious energies, the emotions and the subconscious. And they're saying to me that, isn't it interesting that the second card now sort of vibrates to that full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces, which is a water sign, in the middle of the month. So the first card to me was like the new moon at the beginning of the month, and the second card is like the full moon in Pisces at the middle of the month. And what I'm drawn to down here in the water of emotions, the water of the subconscious, is this image right here. And it kind of looks like a heart to me. You know, it's almost in the shape of a heart, which again is signifying the healing aspect, the healing of the heart chakra that's connected to the subconscious, that's connected to the spiritual realm of the emotions and even the superconscious, because up here we have this lotus flower up in the sky, and that signifies to me universal energy, you know, that superconscious energy, God source energy universe that's coming down to help us clear through our heart chakras and through unconditional love some of the old karmic patterns that we've been carrying for many, many, many lifetimes. This is a really, really powerful reading so far, and I can't wait to see what the next card is. All right, we have the third card. Okay, the third card is the Seven of Crystals. Let's see, is it indicating anything that we have going on astrologically? It kind of actually is. The Seven of Crystals is like the Seven of Earth or the Seven of Pentacles. And oftentimes in the traditional tarot, the Seven of Pentacles means that we're planting seeds, that there's sort of a standstill of energies while we're planting seeds, or we've already planted some seeds basically. And if you can see the imagery, we have this man who's on a carpet here outdoors, and he's got 7 crystals around him, and of course crystals are from the earth. And the crystals, it's almost like he is, it gives me the thought that he's there to like sell these crystals to others. Like, you know, he's put out his carpet, like we see vendors on the side of the street or something. And here he's got his carpet laid out, he's got his product, all these wonderful, beautiful crystals at his feet. But he's got his hand kind of on his head. You know, he's kind of like in this pose, like, what's going on? Like, nobody's coming here to see my crystals. Nobody wants to purchase my crystals. There's people back here in the background. They're doing other things. You know, they're looking at this structure or walking into this structure in the background, but they don't seem to be seeing him or interested in what he's got going on here with his crystals. And that, again, is indicative of, you know what, we've planted the seeds, and there might be a temporary pause in action, which is what this card usually means. And this is very much indicative of Mercury going to direct motion. You know, Mercury is sort of at a standstill on the 22nd, moving in direct motion in an earth sign, by the way, the sign of Virgo. And Pluto is at a standstill in another earth sign, Capricorn, and getting ready to turn direct on the 26th. So there's this kind of pause, this waiting type of energy before things can really push forth and move forth. So very, very interesting. Let me see if there's anything else I can get from this card. You know, there's actually, I feel like they want me to say that our angels and guides are definitely hearing us and with us. You know, there's 3 little balls of light here around this man as he sits here on his carpet on the ground. So your angels and guides are with you, and they're saying don't despair, because things are about to move forward, and there's about that new birth energy is really going to start to take place, I feel, as we get to the second new moon of the month at the end of the month. Now, I did pull a 4th card. I just felt like this was such an important month, being a 9 universal month and a 9 universal year. So I did pull a 4th card. Let's see what that one is, and we'll kind of sum up the energy with it. Okay. All right, this is Major Arcana number 21, which is the one right after Major Arcana 20 here that we had. This one is called Ascension, and this is typically the World card. The Major Arcana 21 is the World card in the traditional tarot. This actually does mean the completion of a cycle of energy, and this is exactly what this month is all about. It's about you know, it's about the ascension process. As we clear away old karmic energies and old karmic patterns, then we're going to be moving up the ladder of ascension, basically. We're evolving. We're going to take a big leap. This is about taking a big leap as far as our soul's evolution and growth. And I feel like this is what we're nearing, okay? It's not necessarily within the month of September, but we're nearing this huge leap that we're going to start to see again. Some of the aspects of in October, we'll see little glimmers of light of this ascension and this new birth and this completion, the ending and new beginning cycle, which is what this card is all about. But again, we'll see even more of the energies of this ascension card as we move into 2017. Let me see if there's anything else they want me to mention here before we pull your special message cards. They're just saying that, again, this is not just on a personal level. She's holding a globe of the earth. This is really on the earth's level. We're going to see a lot of things all over the planet that are happening as far as the clearing out of old karmic energies and allowing us as a humanity to really move forward into a better state, into a place that we're really owning our truth and that we're really moving into the spiritual energy, the blessed universal energy of who we really are. So I'm really looking forward to this. All right, so we're getting here close to time, but here's our Angel Tarot deck. And for those of you that chose that clear quartz crystal, and this one's actually, nope, it doesn't want to come out, so definitely not the one. But we're giving these a little shuffle. Nope. Okay, so let's just take a deep breath and ask for the message for the clear quartz crystal people to show itself. Clear quartz, okay, popping up, thank you. Okay, Major Arcana number 15, the ego is your card with Archangel Jophiel, and it says a false sense of entrapment, being overly focused on material things, negative or fear-based thoughts. This to me is just, they're saying you needing to focus on the subconscious realm of the anxieties and fears and doubts that you're carrying, and that this is all just an illusion. This man is wearing a mask. He can't yet see things clearly, and so he's in that place of fear. He's in that place of anxiety. And if he just took off that mask of illusion, then he would see this beautiful angel, Archangel Jophiel, behind him that would help him to see the beauty and the potential and the gifts and the blessings that lie before him. So you're going to be working a lot, again, on the subconscious realm of some of these ego fears during the month of September. Know that you're being divinely guided by the beautiful angels and archangels and your guides. And again, just kind of take off that mask of illusion and see yourself for who you really are, which is a spiritual being, having an earthly experience, and that the earthly experience around you is just an illusion. Fear is just an illusion, that really all there is the unconditional love of God's source energies. Okay, let's look at the special message card for those of you that chose the, nope, not the one, oh, this one popped up, for the sphere, the smoky quartz sphere. Okay, the Two of Water. And the Two of Water says a relationship that continues to grow closer, forgiveness, and the positive resolution of a conflict. So I definitely feel like for those of you that chose the smoky quartz sphere, you're going to be dealing with some relationship things this month. Now this is emotional things, spiritual things, and spiritual energies, emotional energies in regards to relationships. Romantic relationships, family relationships, friendship relationships, those that are really close to you, a close emotional bond. And I feel like there's this potential, again, just as the card says, for you to grow closer in relationship with others. But there also needs to be an aspect of letting go and forgiving, releasing the past, not holding on to things, old circumstances or old dynamics, because the past is the past and we've all grown and moved forward. You know, we should kind of move beyond that and move forward, and we need to allow forgiveness in our hearts so that we can all move forward, and that will help to bring us closer together. That will help the relationship to heal. Okay? All right, and I honestly think that this is going to turn out to your benefit, because it does say that there's a resolution that's going to happen. For those of you that chose the golden calcite, okay, so golden calcite, okay, they're showing me 2 cards. This one, okay. The Sun card, beautiful card, beautiful card. And this is Major Arcana number 19, Archangel Uriel, and it says, happy outcome, brilliant new ideas that lead to success. Have confidence in yourself. Woo, and that really, to me, matches the energy of that golden calcite pyramid. Look at all this golden, yellow, and orangish energy. And again, this is about optimism, courage, joy. It's about really moving into a sense of success and recognition for who you are. This is a very successful kind of outcome. So I feel like for you, having confidence and having a healthy, balanced sense of your willpower and sense of your power. They're mentioning Pluto here, that Pluto turning direct. You might want to do meditation on your solar plexus chakra, making sure that there's a beautiful balanced energy in that chakra area. And also they're saying to have a conversation with Pluto. You can have conversations with the planets. Planets are a conscious energy. And so for you, having that conversation with Pluto is going to help you to own your power and utilize your power in the best possible way so that you can bring forth this success and abundance and prosperity and recognition and blessings that you're looking for. So I hope you've liked this monthly angel card reading. I send you all much love and light. If you like this video, please like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I love you all. Thank you all very much. Much love and light to all of you. Blessings.